everyone. Thanks for joining us for a story today. I'm Miss Jennifer. I'm the children's librarian at the Leach Library. And today we're going to be reading Jittery the Jittery Giraffe. This is by Janice Spina. She is a Londonderry author, and we would like to thank her for allowing us to read this today. And we'd also like to give a special thanks to her husband, John Spina, who's the illustrator. So thank you very much. So a fun thing about giraffes is that they live on the savannah in Africa. So while we're reading the story, think about some other animals that you might see around a giraffe in Africa on the savannah. There are lots and lots of them, so see if you can think of any, and we'll talk about that when we finish the story today. So let's get started with Jittery the Jittery Giraffe. Jittery is a jittery giraffe. Even little sounds make Jittery frown. Other giraffes watch him and laugh. All day long, Jittery jumps at every sound. On the day Jittery was born, thunder and lightning lit the sky. With his mother by his side, he was still forlorn. The loud noises Jittery heard made him cry. Jittery never forgot that terrible day. He felt alone and that no one cared. Rain came down and washed everything away. He and his mother held onto a tree and they were spared. Jittery's mother told him one day to keep repeating in this way, "I am tall, I am strong, I am not jittery when something goes wrong." Jittery listened to his mother and repeated this each day. He really wanted to be brave in every way. I am tall, I am strong, I will not be jittery when something goes wrong. Jittery likes to reach up into the trees, but when he hears any kind of sound, he jumps and misses some tasty leaves. He gets jittery and looks around and says, I am tall, I am strong, I will not be jittery when something goes wrong. A normal giraffe, Jittery wants to be, but he has always been a little bit shy. He wants to be like other giraffes he sees, but when he gets sad and wants to cry, I am tall, I am strong, I am not jittery when something goes wrong. Jittery was now on his own, and into a bigger giraffe he had grown. One day, as he was walking about, he saw a giraffe smaller than he. Family and friends, he too was without. The little giraffe couldn't reach the tree. He was trying to reach a fresh green sprout. Jittery went over and reached up into the tree. He pulled down the branch with the green sprout, and for once, Jittery forgot about being jittery. He heard no sounds and didn't look about. He said once again, I am tall, I am strong, I am not jittery when something goes wrong. The little giraffe was as happy as can be. He had a helper who could reach the taller trees. The little one ate his fill and gave a snort and a laugh. Now Jittery was no longer a sad and jittery giraffe. I am tall, I am strong, I am not jittery when something goes wrong. Jittery learned something important today. Being kind to others is what we must do. Jittery had made a new friend in a special way. Having to think of others first should be important to us too. When you feel jittery, repeat with Jittery, I am tall, I am strong, I am not jittery when something goes wrong. Helping others brings much joy and makes for a brave and confident girl or boy. The end. So while we were reading the story, did you think of any fun animals that you know of that live in the savannah with giraffes? Let me think. Maybe you might see a lion, maybe a cheetah. There are lots of snakes, and there are some different birds that live in the savannah. Maybe you might see an elephant or a rhinoceros. So those are some interesting animals I thought of that live in the savannah. Were you able to think of any too? Maybe some different ones than I thought of? Let's hear some other fun things about giraffes. I thought it was really cool to know exactly how tall a giraffe is. So a giraffe, when it's fully grown, can grow to be about 15 or 18 feet tall, and its legs can be about 6 feet tall, which is about the size of a kind of tall person, just to give you an idea of how tall they are. Something I thought was really interesting, giraffes are so tall and their necks are so long, it helps them reach up high in the trees, just like Jeffrey could do, and eat the leaves, but it also helps them see over the other animals and the trees in the savannah, so maybe they can see if there are any animals around that they might want to try to stay away from. So that gives them a really good view of the savannah. The other interesting thing about a giraffe's long, tall neck is that even though it's so long and tall, when a giraffe reaches down to drink water, it can't quite reach the water. So it needs to kind of bend its legs and turn its knees in and squat down a little bit so it can reach down and drink, which I thought was kind of fun to think about. A giraffe is about, like I said, 15 to 18 feet tall. An elephant, you might see an elephant around a giraffe, is only about 10 feet tall. So it's a little bit smaller than a giraffe, height-wise. So I thought those were some really, really interesting things that I learned about giraffes. There might be some things that you know about giraffes that I didn't say. I'd be interested to hear them if you ever stop in and see me. So thanks for listening to our story today, Jeffrey the Jittery Giraffe. We hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit today about giraffes. Bye.